What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Blocks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices. Gone over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me and Dino, all the greats. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop. Plus, for the best lines at, and most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my bets each and every day, so you can get them before the line ends up moving. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Throw it into the chat there. We got football. We got basketball. We got bets. Had a mediocre day yesterday. Let's see. Ended up down less than a G. Nothing special at all. But we got bets today. We got some football. We'll start off with that. We'll start off with Thursday Night Football specifically. Noah Fant under 26.5 receiving yards, -110 over at FanDuel. Numbers just a little bit high. I have him projected for right around 20. Parkinson's in there. Disley's in there. Snapshare wasn't great for Fant last week. It's a tough match going up against San Francisco. I think is giving up the third least amount of yards to opposing tight ends. So rolling with that under. Christian McCaffrey over 39.5 receiving yards, -114 over at Bet Rivers. This line is far too low. Far too low. Christian McCaffrey is crushed since coming over to the 49ers outside of the first game where he didn't know the playbook, didn't have a ton of time in the offense. Purdy likely to dump the ball off to him a decent amount here. Anytime he gets into trouble, Purdy's still not fully ready for this offense, but he's doing pretty solid overall. McCaffrey going to have a massive snap share in comparison to other weeks because guess what? There's no Eli Mitchell. Last week you can look at his 75% or 68% snap share, and really that's just because it was a blowout. It was 35-0. It was basically Mason playing the entire fourth quarter. So McCaffrey over 39.5 receiving yards, solid line. George Kittle over 38.5 receiving yards, -110 over at Bet365. I think you can get it similar in another place. Let's see. Kittle. Yeah, you can get a 38.5 at -115 over at MGM. But Kittle, 5 targets last week, and Purdy only threw the ball 22 times, 23 times, something like that. Didn't throw the ball a ton. So pretty decent target share. Kittle probably going to be the safety blanket for Purdy going up against the Seahawks. Seahawks are one of the worst offenses in the league versus tight ends. I think give you a third most of the yards. So solid overall matchup. Volume should be there. Easy over. Last up, Geno Smith over 21.5 passing completions. +105 over at Betway or over at DK. Why this is at plus odds, I have no idea. He's hit the over in 9 out of 13 games so far this season, averaging well over this. Decent chance that they're trailing later on in the game. It is a 3-point spread, so who knows. But I'm still guessing that they're going to throw the ball a decent amount. Getting this at plus odds is an absolute steal. We'll look at it a little bit. I've got some bets in the Browns game. So the weather is going to be awful in this. 15-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be cold. It's going to be raining. I'm not really expecting a ton of passing this spot here. So I got a lot of unders. David Njoku, under 41.5 receiving yards, -110 over Bet365. Donovan Peoples-Jones, under 48.5 receiving yards, -110 over Bet365. Nick Chubb, under 1.5 receptions, -115 over Bet365. Deshaun Watson, under 216 passing yards, -110 over at Bet365. Again, like all the unders, terrible weather. Deshaun Watson has not been good. Still super rusty. Still doesn't have a good rapport with his team. Still has not been in this offense long enough. I'm rolling with all unders. I think the Browns end up rushing the ball a ton considering the bad weather. I'm just full on fading the receiving game. Geno Smith over 240.5 passing yards. I have no idea. I didn't look into that one. I'd probably lean over. You can get a 235.5. So slightly over. Genius Smith completions -140 now on DK. Oh, sorry, get in the action lounge and you can get that way earlier. Yeah. Does it really move to -140? Let's see. I'm going to check here. Passing props. Yep. That moved real quick. Wow. Full on flipped. Did I accidentally bet the under? I need to check something here. Unless I made a massive mistake. Let's see. I'm making sure that I made the right bet. Yep, I got it at minus one or plus 105. Yeah, so well, that's not worth it anymore. Let me check to see if it's moved somewhere else because that is a massive amount of movement. Uh, CMC over 79.5 rushing yards. I don't know, Eric. I, I don't know. I don't know about Lockett over receiving. I haven't bet them, so answer is no. If they were good lines, unless you have a different book than me, I have not bet them. So if I had a lean, I would say my lean is to overs, but it's not a positive EV bet here. I'm checking to see where the Geno Smith line is sitting at. You can get over of 21.5 at minus 115, but honestly, probably not any value here on that line anymore. So, all right, let's get some basketball. Jimmy Butler under 5.5 assists. It's probably not even on the board. I don't know what's going on in Miami anymore. Jovic and someone else got called up. Bam is likely out. Oladipo is likely out now. Could be more guys out. So most of these bets in this game, Hero under 6.5 rebounds. I still like that regardless. Even with Bam out, I still think it's a solid under. Minus 110 over at Betway. You can probably get better odds on it now when the Bam news comes out. Let's see if it's moved. No, still minus 110. I still take that. But yeah, Bam currently might be sitting. Oladipo likely sitting. Who knows who else sitting? Again, they're calling up guys. Jabari Smith under 12.5 points, just slightly too high of a line there. Steven Adams over 9.5 rebounds, plus 105 over at Bet365. Let's see what you can get in other spots right now. Adams has hit this at a massive clip this year. I think 15 out of 22 games he's hit the over, or had double-digit rebounds. Matchup versus Milwaukee, likely to use size with Portis, with Giannis, with everyone. Question in chat: how much do you use Parlay IQ for prop bets? I use it a decent amount. We're going to check into that after I go through my bets. But generally, it's very accurate. It's very, very good at picking out giant discrepancies. I mean, it goes off of RG projections, so a lot of times I'll default to that, and there's some that'll just straight up hit, especially some if offshore sharp sports books are in agreement, and if there's one outlier line on American sports books, then I'll generally just be like, all right, I don't even need to look into this. I'll bet it. But Parlay IQ is just incredible. Using the same system we used last year, where it absolutely crushed. But yeah, Adams rolling with the over, especially at plus odds. Brook Lopez under 5.5 rebounds, minus 115. Tough match versus Adams. Just too out of the line. I am rolling with his over 1.5 3-pointers made, minus 120. Jared Vanderbilt hitting the over of, that's not points, that's PRA, points, rebounds, assists, minus 111 over at Caesars. Jared Vanderbilt over 8.5 points, minus 111 over at FanDuel. I'm in both those. He had a fantastic game versus this Pelicans defense last time. 18 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, I believe. Just absolutely crushed. Expecting not nearly that this time, but something enough to hit the over. I mean, Vanderbilt's averaging this month over both these numbers. It's an easy over for me. Rolling with a CJ McCollum over 18.5 points. I hit this the other night, did not go well, but that was mostly because of a blowout. Didn't see it full run. Just had a rough second half. Zion Williamson over 28.5 points. You can this at 27.5 with heavy juice in some places, but I just went with the 28.5 at minus 111 at FanDuel. Zion's been absolutely crushing recently. Going up against Utah, the Jazz are giving up the most points in the paint in the entire league. Just terrible defense. He can have his way with them every single time. Easy over. Olynyk over 2.5 assists, minus 135 over Bet365. I'm guessing it's only in play over there. So if you have it in your state, I think it's available in a few of them. Olynyk, let's see. We haven't checked out 3.1. You can get. I don't mind it minus 140 either. Yeah, just bad line. Yeah, we'll check out Parlay IQ. We'll get back to things. Check out questions, chat. Yeah, Eric, my lean is towards all of those overs, but I don't think it's positive EV. If you're doing it for fun, sure, go ahead. But that's about it. Jaren Jackson under points plus rebounds. It's solid 32% ROI there projected. Let me see where the best line's at. I might end up hitting that. Seems like it's a bit high. Let's check out what his PRA is over on Pinnacle. They don't really have any lean. Let's check out points plus rebounds. No, it's assists plus rebounds. See where the best line is at. Points plus rebounds. Searching. Best line for Jaren Jackson Jr. is actually over at FanDuel. I'm going to hit that. Sitting at 1.5. A lot of other spots. I'll look through these and Morant under 41.5 PRA. I don't know if I'm going to end up going with that one again. Tough matchup going up against the Bucks. That one might not have a huge amount of positive EV. I'm probably going to stay away from that one. Let's see, Clarkson over 2.5 3-pointers. It loves this bet and loved it the other night, which I guess makes sense. It's the exact same matchup going up against the Pelicans. QQ Kittle over 39.5 receiving yards. Yep, I'd still do that. I really like that bet. But Clarkson, it's fine. I'm probably not rolling with that one. I don't think it hit the other night either. Tyler Hero under 34.5 points, rebounds, assists. I already have his his rebounding under, but probably a bet that I'm going to end up staying away from. I don't know what's going on there, so we're just going to hit this Jaren Jackson Jr. bet, and probably get on out of here. Let's see, 226 is what they'll let me get in there. 226. There we go. So it verifies my location. Sometimes I hate this so much. Come on, FanDuel. Come on. There we go. Boom. Jaren Jackson Jr. under 20.5 PR. That's it. That's the show. That's all we got. Have fun. Good luck. I'll be back here tomorrow. Dean will be joining me. We're out of here. Flick it!